talk about this. Let's bring in Ron Bonjean, the former communications director, to former House Speaker Dennis Hastert. Bernard Whitman joins us, a pollster, to former President Bill Clinton. A couple of things jump out, and Ron, let me start with you. One of the things that I see here is that the population shifts toward the South and the West in states which are and have traditionally been Republican-leaning, and it shifts away from the traditional Democratic-leaning states. Does that somehow give the GOP an advantage in 2 years?
Oh, it sure does. You know, not just in it does in 2 years, especially on the presidential level, because the Electoral College is made up of 270 electoral votes, and if you have more electoral votes in states that are Republican strongholds coming away from Democrats, that's going to help, you know, the Republican nominee for sure.
Bernard, what do you think about that?
Well, I think the biggest winner, actually, may be the Census Bureau that came in almost $2 billion under budget and on time. And if you look, on balance, a slight benefit to the Republicans, but not significant. Overall, states that Obama won suffer a net loss of 6 seats. So states that McCain won got another 6 seats. But if you go state by state, the results are much more mixed. New York lost 2 seats, 1 Republican, 1 Democrat. Texas gained 4 seats. Likely that 2 of those seats are going to be majority-minority districts, Hispanic districts, and given the Republicans' record on immigration, I think both of those are going to be likely solid Democratic seats. So I think that if you look at it very quickly, you might say big win for the Republicans. I'm not so sure. I think actually the greatest threat is going to be from gerrymandering from all these state legislatures that are controlled by the Republicans.
The gerrymandering, which is obviously has a negative connotation associated with it, although it's a reality. Ron, what about that? I mean, after all, there were huge Republican gains in governorships and state legislatures in the midterm elections, and that means that the GOP in those particular states will be drawing the new districts, and they can always do it in a way that is most favorable to them. Another advantage for the GOP?
Well, you know, I would rather be us than them right now, and we have a significant advantage, and we have to use it wisely. You know, we need to be careful not to create districts that become swing districts, much like what happened 10 years ago in Pennsylvania, where, you know, at first it looked pretty good. We had solid Republican standing there, but then it swung the other way. We need to be careful about that, and I think Republicans at the national level realize that. They're going to be focusing on trying to pad some of the safe seats and be very, very, very strategic about this. It's going to be a state-by-state issue, but again, I would rather be us than them right now.
You know, Bernard, you're the guy who used the term gerrymandering, so you must be a cynic. I was just going to say redistricting. But, I mean, it is a reality, and it will likely happen, and it will happen in places in which Republicans have more control than your party, the Democrats. It's going to hurt you guys, isn't it?
Well, look, I'm a political realist. And what we really need and what the American people are looking for is a movement to nonpartisan redistricting. That may happen actually in New York State, thanks to Ed Koch's work in New York Uprising. The governor-elect Cuomo has endorsed that plan. That holds true in a number of other states. And I think that the American people, frankly, are fed up with both parties yelling at each other from either side of the beach. They want the parties to work together. And I think a movement for nonpartisan redistricting is exactly what should be spurred in the coming weeks and months as we grapple with redistricting.
Bernard, you're not a realist. You're an idealist. Nice try. Ron Bonjean, Bernard Whitman, good to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.